Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel because that would be greatly appreciated and it would mean a lot to me. And it would literally only take you 2 seconds if that's. If you could do it now, that would be absolutely awesome. Anyway, I've had my fair share of running shoes, from the Hoka Carbon X's to the Asics Gel Light Cumulus, and honestly, I've never had a running shoe that has even come close to the New Balance Fuel Cell. In my opinion, it's absolutely unparalleled, and let me tell you why. Now, the first point is they're not just fast, but they're also very comfy and supportive, and for me, this is a massive, massive deal breaker. I've worn other carbon-plated shoes in the past. I've worn the Asics Metaspeeds, the Hoka Carbon X's, and honestly, they're very rigid, hard, aggressive race shoes, and that's what it's supposed to be, or what I thought they were supposed to be. And then I tried the New Balance Fuel Cells, and the comfort, the support, and just the cushioning this shoe offers is just unparalleled to other shoes. And the best thing on top of this is it is just as fast, it's just as aggressive, and it's just as race ready. Now, I've got so many friends that will stand on the start lines to marathons, 10Ks, with these race shoes that they don't find particularly comfortable, and they can't particularly train in a lot because it gives them foot problems. For example, in the past, when I was wearing the Hoka Carbon X's, I found that I was starting to get plantar fasciitis because the shoe was just so aggressive and hard. Now, the New Balance Fuel Cell is nothing like this at all. The comfort and cushioning in this shoe really allows me to wear this shoe a lot more in training sessions than I would do with any other carbon-plated shoe. And for me, this is a massive, massive bonus because it allows me to get race ready in the shoe I'm going to wear. And on top of this, they're pretty damn quick. In fact, I would go as far as saying they're just as quick as any other carbon-plated shoe I've worn in the past. And so for me, this is why this is my sort of grade A choice for racing. I think they're comfy, I think they're quick, and I think they allow me to keep that zip in my step while at the same time maintaining a good, comfy sort of running style. My second point is that the platform and the base of the shoe is a lot wider than the typical sort of carbon-plated race shoe, for example, the NIKE ALPHAFLY or Vaporfly. And for me, this is a massive plus because it means my foot is way, way, way less prone to getting blisters and sores. And in fact, I've not had any problems from a foot perspective in this shoe, and I've run marathons in it. The third point is also, I like the tongue on the shoe. Now, this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but the tongue sits really snug around my top of my foot, and it's not moving around, it's not rubbing on anything. And I found in the past, on other shoes, that the tongue's just got in the way. This is super, super thin. We're talking like, you know, it's thin as a piece of paper, really, this tongue, and I find it just sits there, doesn't get in the way, and it's absolutely perfect. Now, my last big plus to these shoes is they're a lot cheaper to other brands. For example, the NIKE ALPHAFLYs are £270 compared to these shoes, which are £160 to £170, so they're £100 cheaper. Now, that is massive. Don't get me wrong, £170 is still a lot to spend on a pair of running shoes, but it's considerably cheaper than those other brands and competitors, and in my opinion, they're just as good, if not better. So that for me is a massive, massive plus when considering the shoe choice that I'm going to be racing in. Now, onto the negatives, and as I was saying at the beginning of the video, there's not very many. However, there is one key negative for me, and that is the longevity of the shoe. I think the longevity of this shoe is horrendous. The mesh on the front of the shoe is ridiculously thin, and my toe has a real tendency to poke through. Let me know down below if any of you guys have problems with this, because it's a massive problem for me. And I'm not doing massive mileage in these shoes. I'm not doing all my regular training sessions in them. I'm only using them for race-specific sessions and then racing itself. So it's not like I'm doing 50, 60 kilometer weeks in these shoes. Now, when I'm spending £170 on something, I really don't expect it to sort of fall apart within a few weeks. And that's what I found with this pair of New Balance Fuel Cells. Although, I think this is the same with all the other carbon-plated shoes as well, because all the other shoes I've had in the past have been exactly the same. They've broken down, worn down extremely quickly, particularly on the top of the shoe on that mesh section. So for me, that's a real sort of like bummer with these shoes because I would wear them a lot more because I find they're comfy and I don't find that I really have foot problems in them. But I just don't because honestly, I can't afford to be replacing these shoes every single month, which I would have to be doing if I was wearing them pretty regularly. However, apart from this, I would say that it's an awesome pair of shoes. They're absolutely amazing. They're quick, they're comfy, they're pretty cost effective compared to other brands, and I would recommend them to all of you guys. If you've got any other questions, knock them down below in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, I've got some really cool videos to come, so please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.